And we're live. Thank you for joining us. I haven't had time to do that. I've been busy. We've got, as we pull up the games, remain logged in, and it's Blackpool 0, Northampton 0 at the minute. We're busy with that one, to be quite honest. So that's interesting. Blackpool 0. Northampton 0, and it's 34 seconds in. We've got Cambridge 0, Barnsley 0, Stockport 0, Wrexham 0. And what else have we got here? We've also got Bristol Rovers versus Crawley. So Bristol Rovers 0, Crawley 0. Hello, Jake. How are we? I'm struggling today. I've got a half marathon locally in Gosport tomorrow, so I've been busy trying to pick up the numbers for the race. I've been going off and doing a little bit of. I hurt my leg last week and Wednesday, which is not very good. Bristol Rovers are on the. Bristol Rovers having a few shots. Not very good when you're trying to. When you're days away from doing a half marathon. So, not been too well. Stockport versus Wrexham. Let's have a quick look at that one. I haven't got any video. I haven't got any sound either. So we're going to have to go by our Bet365 app. We'll just keep us on in the background while you're listening. And wasn't Rotherham bloody awful? Oh dear Lord, that game should have been at least 3 or 4-0 to Barnsley against Rotherham. How on earth Rotherham managed not to let in twice that number? I'll not know at all. The interesting thing about today is the Stockport Wrexham game, because I don't know about you, but I've been looking at this and thinking. Wrexham should be able to walk away with this, but a lot of the sides have started to realise how they can at least stop how they can at least stop people from and get round that back five that they always play. And if they can get round the back five, they tend not to come forward as much. So they've been getting a few draws. And I sort of looked at Stockport as Stockport get a yellow card and Wrexham get a free kick. And I reckon that Stockport are the sort of club that they've been scoring 4s and 5s recently that could actually do this. And if they can get round the back, then it'll be quite interesting. Yeah, I think Barnsley are certainly going to be somewhere in that. Yeah, I'd probably agree. I think 5th, 6th, 7th is probably a pretty good gamble, isn't it? I've actually got a bet that Rotherham will get relegated. And believe it or not, I put a bet on Rotherham getting relegated, and the odds were only 19-1. So and this. Yeah, so I was like, oh wow, so we're quite low odds to go down. So marvellous. Yeah, and I think they've lost the momentum now, and people are starting to get draws. So at the minute we've got Stockport attacking into the corner. Cross it in, but Scar manages to kick it out. Don't kick it very far, kicks it to bait, and Stockport are on the attack. Back to the left-hand side. We're going down the left. It crosses it in again, but Burton this time passed it out. 4 minutes, and everything's really all Stockport at the minute. So that goes out on the corner, is it? That might be a corner. So Stockport are pressing quite the 4 minutes in there, and at the minute it started with Wrexham going straight to the other end and having a shot on goal. But after that, it's been steadily turning towards Stockport. And at the minute, Stockport are starting to just find the feet. The only trouble is finding your feet against a side like Wrexham is not a good idea to wait too long. Because they do have a tendency to score quite early on and then put the brick wall up at the back. And Stockport get another yellow card. Oof, dear. Watch, they're pushing it there. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one goes. And we have a goal. Why did I change that? We have a goal. I'm only going to put it in if we've got a goal. We have a goal at Cambridge, and it's Cambridge 1, Barnsley 0. I'm sorry about that, Jake, but Barnsley have just gone behind. And we'll put that one in. Bink. Now, Cambridge have been getting quite good. They've had those couple of games where they've actually been playing rather well, and although I wouldn't say they've been playing brilliantly, they've certainly shown that they can actually play some decent football. And now Barrow 1, Wimbledon, Barrow 0, Wimbledon 1. Put that one in. So just going through a few as they come in. Milton Keynes. Oh no! Look at that. I'm not a fan of Milton Keynes, I must admit. So I find this quite good. It's the odds have just gone off again. So Milton Keynes 0, Cheltenham 1, and it's now Milton Keynes. It's now just changed again. So it's now Milton Keynes 1, Cheltenham 1. I always put one less H in Cheltenham. So that's that one. So Cheltenham. Oh no, it's been disallowed. Strike that one. Well, why do you have to strike it when I've already put it on the bloody screen? It's back to Milton Keynes 0. Cheltenham 1. So we can put that one back in. There we are. Any other goals? No. So Wimbledon are ahead. Cambridge are ahead. Let's have a look at the Cambridge one. Phillips shoots for Barnsley, but it's off target. And oh dear! I'm glad you've got it on screen. I've actually got an account with Barnsley now because I did a live. I actually logged on to their to Barnsley system and bought a pass for one of the. I think it was a Stockport game, but you didn't turn up, and I'd got a pass for Barnsley, so I'm actually officially on the Barnsley mailing list now. Barnsley now. Oh, off to the right hand side with O'Keefe. Oh no! They start pulling it back and they lose it, but then Cambridge do a throw in and give it straight to Barnsley. Then Barnsley go a throw in on the right hand side of the halfway line. Where are they going to put this one? 9 minutes 12 I'm at, and Earl grabs it in the centre circle across to Ghent on the right, back to Russell in the middle. Noah Carley. Wasn't Noah Carley? I didn't realise that you had a player called Noah Carley. De Givney on the right hand side, back to Nukali. How do you say that one? Nukali. Earl Russell on the left hand side. Keeler Dunn is right by there. Keeler Dunn pass it to Russell. Russell shots and it's saved on the line. Yay! Barnsley are trying to get back now, but they're that one didn't go in. And it's a corner for Barnsley, and Barnsley have a corner now. Now we'll wait around for Nigerian Wonder Kid. I wish they'd have names that you could bloody pronounce. I mean, I'm sorry, but Nuakali. I mean, Can't we just call him John Smith? Anyway, we've got a corner. Come on. We'll wait. We're waiting for the corner to be set up here. It's already took a minute and a bit for Barnsley to get to the corner, get the ball and put it on the... It's the first corner of the game. But you'll know this because you're already watching it on live, so, you know. Yeah, so I've got a half marathon tomorrow, so it's been a case of trying to... Oh, comes in Ghent. Oh, back. It pulls it back to O'Keefe because he can't get it across. Crosses it in, but it's straight to the hands of the Cambridge goalkeeper. Pushes it out rather than saving it and gives it to De Givney, and De Givney shoots, but it's off target. You think the Cambridge goalkeeper, I think they could have, with the looks of it, could have made a bit of a less of a hash of that, but I suppose with all the bodies around him, he's not going to be capable of catching it. So what we've got, I think that is off wide. So yeah, it's a goal kick. Bad goal kick. He gives it straight to Phillips, who gives it straight away to Cambridge. And then Cambridge run across the halfway and then give it to Nuakali. And this Nuakali is popping up either in the middle or on the right-hand side. So he's popping up in two different places. He seems to be being given a free... I started running when I was 40. And I stopped running about 15 years ago, and then 3 years ago I started again. So I had a bit of a gap, and then when the wife got ill, I just needed something to relax a bit, so I just went off running, and I restarted it again. Yeah, when she died last year of a brain tumour, so I thought, I might as well just do this run, and we'll see if we want to continue. I mean, I'm 59 now, so it's a bit much. Really. Am I too old to be running? No, I don't think so. I think there's lots of other... there's a 75-year-old that did a marathon last year, a full marathon, and he did it in 30 minutes longer than it took me for the half marathon 2 years ago. How embarrassing is that? Oh, Keeler Dunn's nicked it from Smith, but he gives it back to him, and Andrew, he nearly got through the back line there. He would have been straight through on goal because their back line was quite high up. And they Cambridge push it forward, but they're offside. That was quick. That was quite a quick turnaround. So Barnsley just nearly got through. Cambridge took the ball off them and ran straight headlong towards the Barnsley defence. Straight through it and got caught offside. So really got to watch those fast runs, because Cambridge have just done another one and got straight through that defence. As Humphreys now comes up, gets it nicked off him, kicks it to the side. Right, one of your players, Barnsley, kicks it out in their own area. Andrew Smith kicks it across. Kill it! Kill it! It's like an easy. Shall we say it's an easy catch? Kicks it straight out. Barnsley now goes straight up the other end. Cambridge in the Cambridge half, near the Barnsley's left-hand side of the Cambridge box. Always passed it back. He's thrown it back to Earl Nuakali. This time he's on the left-hand side of halfway. Roberts up to Earl. We'll have a look at one or two of the League Two, I think, in a minute. Morrison grabs that one. It's a bit edgy, I think, the Cambridge Barnsley game. It seems to be a bit... Barnsley are trying to press forward, but they're bringing that back line a bit. Looks like they're bringing it quite high. I don't know what you're seeing on your end, but that back line does seem to be getting a little bit further forward, and Cambridge are just catching them out occasionally. How do we spell that one? Accrington. Ackies 0. Swindon 1. Yeah, it's they both seem to be playing a pretty high line, and it's quite unnervy. It's quite nervy because it's in that middle third of the pitch, and that's where it seems to be played. And Cheltenham now are 2-0 up, so they Milton Keynes didn't equalise. It got chalked off, and then Cheltenham have gone and got a second. So that's them. And Arsenal women are now 3-0 up away at Spurs at Tottenham Hotspurs. So that'll please all the Arsenal fans. Shall we have a look at Blackpool? Let's have a look at Blackpool. Blackpool have been quite good, I think. They had the change in manager, and then of course his son died unexpectedly, didn't he? And he had to take time off. And as soon as he took time off, Blackpool's results have gone straight through the floor. I hate it when it happens like that, because it's not his fault, and you know he's obviously got other things to deal with, and it's going to take time for him to be able to fully get back to work. But you know, I don't even know if he's even walked in through the building yet. But you know, it's one of those situations where no club can plan for, isn't it? And I just think that at the minute, I can't see Blackpool really doing much out of this one. At the minute, it's Northampton with 60% possession. But it's Blackpool that have had 3 shots and 2 on target, and it's Northampton with 2 shots and 1 on target. So Blackpool have slightly less possession, but they're actually, at least they're doing a lot more with it when they get in getting in the other half to have a shot. Talking because there was just an injury to a Blackpool player there. As Northampton play from the back, got it with the goalie at the minute. He's walking around with it with looks or kicks it up the left to Roberts. Guinness Walker. No, he's been playing quite well. And Guthrie as well. Guinness Walker and Guthrie sort of one in front of the other, and they seem to link up quite well for Northampton. As it gets back to the goalkeeper. Guthrie nearly lost it there to Blackpool right on the halfway line. But Roberts, no. Blackpool get it back, lose it again to Sam Hoskins. And Hoskins can lose it to Evans. So, and they lose it back. It's one of these games at the minute. You probably get 2 passes and then the other team just sort of walks away with it. And they do 2 passes and it gets back again. This isn't one for the football connoisseur, I don't think, the Blackpool-Northampton game. It'd be a bit like watching Rotherham thinking, oh God, when are we going to get to see some football? And Blackpool pinch it in the box, right in the attacking third. They may do 2 passes and they lose it to Sam Hoskins, who runs up with it and kicks it over the byline. It's just ridiculous. Oh yeah, I go away, and Barnsley score. Do you want to tell us what it was like there? Because I was watching the Blackpool game there. So yeah, we have a goal. We have a goal for Barnsley. I said Barnsley were really trying to push forward there, weren't they? They were leaving themselves open slightly at the back, but they certainly weren't. As Killip gets it back again in goal. Yeah, what was the minute? Humphreys on 17 minutes, so it didn't really last much longer. Nukali on the right hand side, pass it to Phillips. O'Keefe, they're looking good here. They're down the left, cross it in, but Bennett kicks that one out, and it only goes straight to Earl, and Earl gets it, cross it, and he has a shot, and that's off target, way off target, and Barnsley have 2 shots there in a minute, and it's a goal kick to Cambridge. So they are starting to pick the game up now. Put that one back in. They are starting to pick the game up now, and they're starting to try and attack a little bit more. So I was going to quickly nip in to these others. So we've got Blackpool 0, Northampton 0, Bristol Rovers Crawley 0-0. I'm shocked at the Stockport Wrexham. I'll go look at the Stockport. Oh, yeah. Stockport Wrexham. Yeah, the Accies one was. I have to check that one. The Accies is now 1-1. I've just seen that one as I came in here. So we can change that to Accies 1, Swindon 1. And what's it doing at... Stockport have actually turned this round. They started badly and they'd only got about 20% possession. Now it's 70% possession to Stockport and 32 to Wrexham. But if you look at the stats for all the other games that Wrexham have played so far, they haven't had more than 50% in any of them, I don't think. But they always do well out of what they've got. So they're going to have to be very careful because they have actually shot more times at goal as well. Have Wrexham, so it's not going all. It's Stockport have the ball, but they need to do more with it. And at the minute, they're not doing it. I just see that this one attack here, Pye. See, Pye is in defence and he loses it straight away as soon as he gets it out the left corner. And Wrexham have two passes of the ball across to O'Connor on the left, crosses it in, but Stockport tap it sideways to Hinchcliffe, Bate, and they're trying to play the way out of defence now. Norwood, back to Horsfall. See, they're doing very well with possession, but they're still in defence. Connolly, Horsfall, Pye, they're still in defence. This is it. They're just... I've actually put... What did I put... I put Cambridge 1, Barnsley 3, and I put. I actually put Stoke. I put Stockport. I actually put Stockport 4, Wrexham 1, because Stockport have been scoring 4 and 5 in the last. I don't know. They've either scored 4 or 5 3 times in the last 4 games, and they're showing that they can really get really into the game and turn it around and I have to agree with that, Jake. I think Evans has to be pretty close, doesn't he? I mean, he said to the Rotherham fans, "We will definitely be challenging for a promotion place. We will," and then he starts saying, "We will definitely be in the top 10." And then after a few games, the daft thing is he says, "Oh, this is a rebuilding year. It's a consolidation year." Well, you can't have a consolidation year if all you've given the players is every player in that team have 2-year contracts. 2-year. How the hell can you have a consolidation year on the first year? Because even if you do go up the second year, you've got no players. We've got no players. You can't go to the Championship and have no players. And the Rotherham fans are just like, "Oh, Stockport have scored! Stockport have just scored! And it's Stockport 1, Wrexham 0. Let's see if Stockport can keep this one up." I'm like Jake here. I'm keeping fingers crossed. I'm really hoping that Stockport can. I've got to put that one in before it changes. I thought that it would get. I think if it had been 4-0, then I think it would have been. Not showing me on there yet. Not come up as who the scorer was. Louis Barry is actually playing. He's got a yellow card on 20 minutes, so He's only just got a yellow card. Come on, where are you? Give me Wrexham. Down there. Oh, they haven't even got... Oh, yeah, it is. It's Louis Barry on 24 minutes. Absolutely. So it's Stockport 1. Wrexham 0. Louis Barry goal. And Louis... Oh, look, yeah, just come up on here. 24 minutes. So 4 minutes after getting a yellow card, Louis Barry slots it in. And it's 1-0. Yeah, we saw the Barnsley here attacking through Earl on the left-hand side. I just saw that as I nipped out. Still Bristol Rovers 0, Crawley 0, Blackpool 0, Northampton 0. Accrington 1, Swindon 1, like we said. Barrow 0, Wimbledon 1. Let's just nip there because the odds have just disappeared. As Barrow... Barrow, one of the Barrow players got took out and by a Wimbledon player. However, he just gets a yellow card, which is the odds tend to go if the betting company thinks it could be a red card, they wipe the odds so that you can't get anything. Yeah, they can't afford to lose any decent players because they're I don't think they have enough good players. They have okay. And if you lose the one or two that are really good, then especially strikers, you've had it because that league is so flat that at the bottom half anyway that you're going to be struggling to see anything. And it's Milton Keynes 1, Cheltenham 2. Did we have that one in? The Milton Keynes one seems to be... We did have that, didn't we? Yeah, we did have Milton Keynes. Yeah. So the Cheltenham I think that game is one of only 3 games that's got goals in League 2. Shall we go to a really random game? We'll go Bromley versus Carlisle. And, I see who they've got up front. So Carlisle have got Adu Ajay and Saidi up front. Dennis and Congreve for Bromley. Right. So in that case, we're going to go... I think we'll stick... There's only you and me. So we'll stick with the Barnsley game. Oh, Cambridge cross it, and good job. De Givney was in the area, kicks it out only as far as Smith, but then Gent nicks it off Smith, and Barnsley can. I think they need to quickly get it away from any Cambridge player at the minute. They're not doing too well. Third corner. Oh no, we have a corner for Cambridge. Gent pushed it out. And it's going to be a corner for Cambridge on Cambridge's right. So Cambridge's right, so they're going to have a corner. And let's see where that one comes from. And comes out, and Morrison slams it wide, but it's so wide that De Givney manages to get it and run into the right-hand corner. For Barnsley, kicks it out, and Cambridge do an odd throw-in and lose it straight away, and it's now Barnsley throw-in in a very dangerous position, right on the... It's gone right up to the other side. So Barnsley left. So it's Barnsley left, and we're... Barnsley right. Didn't get my hands right on it. Barnsley right-hand side. Oh, he's pushed past it back to O'Keefe. Playing it in the midfield at the minute. 30 minutes just coming up as De Givney, he passed, oh crikey, there's about 4 players on that right hand side, and they lose it, but they grab it straight back, and Humphreys is one of them, and Humphreys is running into the box, he's running away, he's pulling back, he's keeping the ball, he passes it to Russell, passes it to Gent on the left hand side, crosses it in, but Brophy manages to kick that one out. But it runs challenges for it. Smith for Cambridge on their left, and they're trying to play it out. And I must admit, I was pretty close for Barnsley, but they just couldn't get it in at the right time. Cousins to Ghent nicks it, and I tell you what, I think Ghent is playing some brilliant football in this on Barnsley's back left corner. There is really intercepting. I think most of the balls that he's going for he is actually intercepting. He kicks it out again though, so it's a throw into Cambridge. They play it short, and again Ghent nicks it again, and he kicks it out again for a Cambridge. And Ghent is absolutely on fire today. Ghent's our best player since he's just today is 10 times better than I've seen him in those other games where you've sort of like drawn it or just won it in the last minute. It is just every ball he seems to go try and get, that when he's out of possession, his out of possession positioning and play is brilliant today. And Cambridge go down the side of that, and Anki and that one, the African guy nicks it and passes it back to Earl. Earl loses it. Smith, because he tried a long through ball. Andrews then for Cambridge tries sliding it into the right corner, but Barnsley get a throw in because it's not got any Cambridge player near it. And at the minute, it's all been played in the Barnsley half, but Barnsley don't look really threatened at the minute. Not at this point. He goes out for a Cambridge throw. Now this could be dangerous. They have actually thrown it right to the corner of the box, but Ndulu loses it to Nwakali. Oh bloody hell! Brophy, I can say that. De Givney gets that, intercepts that one. Nwakali, De Givney, Nwakali. Nwakali and De Givney seem to be sort of just playing well together at the minute. They're like loads of 1-2s between De Givney and Nwakali in the midfield. As soon as he gets to midfield, it's a 1-2 with the pair of them. And then you got Roberts on the opposite side. Phillips on the right. De Givney gets it nicked off him at the last minute by Smith, but he's in the corner. He's trying to get out of that, and it's not going to be easy because he's got De Givney right by his side. So he kicks it out of frustration. Goes all the way into Barnsley half for Roberts to grab in defence. And De Givney was frustrating the shit out of that poor Cambridge defender. And he's like, well, where am I going to go? Well, let's just kick it out. But they cross it. Oh, Cambridge have a shot on target again, and Killip's there to save the blushers, and it nearly. That was quite a close one there. They're catching Barnsley on the break, which Killip's kicked it straight back out as soon as he's got a space. But he's just giving it to Lundulu and Brophy and Joku for Cambridge, but Phillips intercepts that. Keeler Dunn, O'Keefe. On the right hand side, De Givney's in there again. He's covering so much of the pitch, all that side, and he's doing a hell of a lot of running. De Givney, back to Ghent on the left. Nwakali. You see, Nwakali is now on the left with Ghent. I mean, I don't know what position he's supposed to be in, but he's covering left, middle, and right. All the way across midfield, is completely across it. As Ghent crosses it in, but it's not a great cross, to be honest, and Stevens manages to clear that one. And Cambridge are now back in their own area, just passing it like the left-hand side. Brophy, they're relying on Brophy a lot. Cambridge are relying on Brophy. Comes back to Morrison in the middle. And I'd be surprised if they don't go up the right-hand side and then back down the left with Brophy. Bennett on the left. Intercepted by Ndulu. Throw into Cambridge. But they give it straight to Roberts for Barnsley. And Barnsley are... Roberts loses it and eventually goes back into Ndulu. And Roberts grabs it from Njuku and tries a lob in, but it comes back out to him. He tries another lob in, and Stevens pushes it back out again, and Phillips now goes in from the right hand side. It's long balls into the box, and they're just going straight back out again. Nukali, this time on the right hand side. It's bloody amazing, this bloke. He's between the two of them, De Givney and Nukali. Nukali's covering across the middle, and De Givney's covering the entire length of the pitch on the right. It's sort of like a shuttle run. You're like one going side to side, and the other one going straight home. It must be really good to watch because they're actually meshing together really well. I'm quite impressed. De Givney back it to Earl. Gent on the left tries crossing it in, but Bennett eventually grabs that one for Cambridge. We're on 37 minutes, and it looks like Cambridge are just trying to slow it down at the minute, as we say that, and they try pushing it straight down the right hand side, just to prove me wrong. And Roberts kicks it out, but dangerously close, and Cousins has got that in the centre circle. He's running forward with it. Fortunately, comes across a wall of Barnsley players, and Nukali grabs it and intercepts it from him. Back to O'Keefe on the right via De Givney, and it tries a sneaky little through ball, but Cambridge managed to just nick that one at the last minute and push it down their own left-hand side. But Roberts intercepts that one nice and easily, and Roberts can. I don't know where he doesn't really. He's not one of these players who has one particular player he goes for. He tends to kick it forward, and he has done. He's lost it, but it gets kicked straight into Barnsley's half, and Gent immediately intercepts that through ball. And he pushes it forward, but Barnsley are caught offside. And he's got. There's two things about Gent in this game. His interceptions are absolutely brilliant. His through balls can be absolutely brilliant, or they can be really off. But a lot of his through balls are actually quite sneaky and quite well timed and really quick. That one wasn't quite as well timed, but he's got. It's that capability of nicking the ball and then quickly doing a through ball. See, Barnsley go up. They need Gent. Gent is. I think Gent would be able to do a really good job in the Championship. But with the Championship being so darn flat, have you seen the Championship, how flat it is? While they get that ball back in there, let's just go to the Championship. I just want to have a... So at the bottom of the Championship, we'll look at the table. It's QPR, well, we'll forget those. We've got Cardiff... Barnsley nearly had it through. Okay, Cambridge, no. Gent again intercepts it, you see. 22nd place, Cardiff on 15. And then you've got 4 points above them. In 11th, you've got Swansea City. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 clubs within 4 points of each other. I mean, how bloody even is that? It's like, and yeah, everybody's trying not to get promoted. I mean, everybody up there, like Burnley, not able to score. Yeah, can't you see it? You can really see that, can't you? Sheffield United aren't doing that great. They only ever score one or two. Burnley can't. They don't. They seem to get results without scoring, and they're not scoring many. They get 0 or 1, and it's really West Brom the same. Borough have been hot and cold, and yet they're in 7th position. It's like nobody, like you said, nobody seems to want to win it. But we've got Barnsley in a dangerous throw-in here. So they seem to do it in alternate. So let's see if they do a long one or a short one here, because it's on their right hand side, right near the corner flag. So they could get this one in. But I've seen Barnsley sort of alternate between long throws and short. Oh, it's long, and Cousins kicks that one out. But only as far as Roberts. I mean, Roberts has got it and he's running into the box. He's down to the right hand side with O'Keefe, but Njuku kicks it out, and Barnsley have another throw in, a little bit further away, but still reachable into the box. Now I bet you they do it short. I'm going to gamble on it being short. Let's have a go. I'm going to go for a short one. But yeah, I can see some really, really big clubs being down there at the bottom. I mean, Norwich City are not... Ndulu. Pass it back to Stevens. Oh, bad timing to pass it back at that point. And Stevens is finding trouble getting it out. He kicks it to Bennett on the right. And that was a bad back pass there. It could have really, really not... It could have paid off for Barnsley then, but they just couldn't get on it. Why you pass it back when Barnsley is so full of it and just had a throw in, God only knows. Roberts kicks it up, Cousins grabs it, Kashunga, Bennett, Cousins, Kachunga. And Cambridge are keeping this ball in midfield. Smith, they're going to have to tackle them at some point. Njuku, Cousins, and Cambridge are just gently pulling forward now towards the Barnsley box, right into the right hand corner of the Barnsley box with Kachunga. He does a 1-2, grabs it in the corner box again. He's trying to find a way to pull it back, but he's not gonna get it. And I think he's gone out for a goal kick. So Barnsley living his life. Yeah, you can see a few. I mean, who's at the bottom of League One? I mean, Portsmouth could quite easily come back down again, but they started to win a few games. I don't play the ping pong ball between Cambridge and Barnsley in the middle. Barnsley had it like the African guy passed it back to Roberts when he could have done a through ball. O'Keefe on the right hand side. Oh no, Andrew nicks it from him, gives it to Brophy. Brophy's cornered in the corner, and in the end he gives it to Nkali, and Russell gets it, and he's trying to cross from right hand side to the left hand side. He's trying to pull the defence apart, isn't he? Because he's gone to the right, but he's passed it to Humphreys, and he's gone into the box. Humphreys! What's he doing? He can't lay one off. He can't lay it. He just couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. He's lost it in the last minute. It's like, Humphreys had a really good chance of getting it in then, but he's just not. It was like feet away from it. 2 minutes extra time at Cambridge. Yeah, I mean, Portsmouth is just down the road. I actually live in Portsmouth, so I'm just outside Portsmouth. And And the feeling is pretty dismal. It's like they just can't win for love nor money. They started with a 3-3 against Leeds, and they played brilliantly. And then they got another draw against Burnley, was it, the game after? And a draw against Sheffield United, and you're thinking, wow, they're doing really well against all these good top clubs. And then they lose against all the middle and bottom ones, and you think, well, that's shit. But QPR, will they do a get out of jail free again this year? Because they're bottom. You've got Cardiff, who nearly always turn it around at some point, just like QPR. Now, if Cardiff and QPR turn it round, Luton are very, very dangerously poor. Can they turn it round with a new manager? We'll see. We're in the last 50 seconds, so we'll just watch this. Ghent nicks that one on in the centre circle, and we've got about 50 seconds for him to run down that side, and he does run down the side. Gives it to Russell, gives it to Nkali. Can they lay one off? They need a quick shot in the next 30 seconds, Barnsley, to try and win it this before half time. Comes back to Earl. Back to halfway with Roberts, and they gave up on that attack. Nkali. O'Keefe on the right. Really going to have to push this one in to Givney. What's he going to do? Pass it across field and diagonally to Ghent eventually, and he taps it to Russell through the back. Does a 1-2 to get through defence. And Barnsley have a dangerous throw-in, and time is up. It would have been a dangerous throw-in as well, and they didn't. They just couldn't time it right, and that would have been an interesting last kick of the game. That would. So you can see Luton coming down. Preston are down there. So who are equal third from bottom? You've got Cardiff, Luton, Preston, Hull City, Plymouth Argyle, but I expected them to be somewhere down there. Are sort of 1 point above that, and Coventry. So those teams are all within 2 points of each other. They're all either on 16 or 15, or 1 point of each other. So yeah, you could get some really interesting teams dropping down. Portsmouth, yeah, I do feel bad for them, because they took so many years. I mean, like you say, 7 years to get out of it, and for them just to. You see, they've done a Rotherham. They've done a Rotherham. They've basically gone up and said, we're not spending money. We're not going to overspend, because they balance the book so damn well. I mean, that's why they sold the car park to Tesco's right outside. So now you drive through Portsmouth and you drive along the main road. Well, where's the ground gone? And it's covered by this bloody horrible Tesco's shop, because they sold the car park to Tesco's. And it's all money. It's always been money. When they won the FA Cup, the money disappeared, and to this day they say that the manager, I've forgotten his bloody name now. I can see his face, so I can't remember his name. He's a famous manager that got them the FA Cup, wasn't it? But he owned a lot of the seafront, and they wouldn't let him redevelop it. And the money disappeared at the same time he did. And then when he disappeared, surprise, surprise, because the council wouldn't let him redevelop all these houses what he wanted to knock down and make into shops, they all burnt down. Yeah, great. That's great timing, isn't it? So there's a lot of hate and a lot of nastiness around when Portsmouth went down, because the money just disappeared, and when they came up, it was like, well, there's nothing in the kitty. We're not going to overspend because we haven't got it to spend. So you do feel sorry for them, because they haven't been able to spend. They've probably done exactly what Rotherham have done in the past when we've got promoted. Bought a couple of the cheap layoffs from the bottom of the Championship or top of League One, and it's not going to be good enough. But it also means if Barnsley went up, because we certainly can't think of Rotherham, but if Barnsley went up, it would have to be a complete overhaul, wouldn't it, Jake? I mean, you've got Ghent who could probably, I think he could probably do a decent job in the Championship, but he's got to be more consistent because he's not always brilliant, is he? But he has been brilliant. But, you think, do you want somebody who can be brilliant, or do you want somebody who's a little bit more proven? And it's going to be interesting because there's going to be a couple of teams going up, I think, that we didn't expect. I mean, Wrexham, we expected them. I expected them to be in the top two. I certainly didn't expect. Where the hell did Wycombe Wanderers come from? I mean, I didn't even see them getting up there. I didn't even see how they went. They came from nowhere, and just all of a sudden, people are saying, "You do realise they've only lost 2, I think it is," and they're rocketing up from I think they started off about 5th, 6th, 7th, and all of a sudden they were like 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, and you're thinking, hell, Birmingham aren't 1st, and I find that so funny. I did my predictions, and I'm sure you've seen them. And I did my prediction. I've done a couple now. I've done about 3, I think. And I always put Birmingham first and say, well, but there is a chance that they're not going to finish first. And a couple of them came on and made comments like, one of them said, we're going to be 50 points clear by Easter. And I'm thinking, no, that means you're going to win every game, and the team in second's going to get about 70 points, and that's not going to happen. It just isn't going to happen. And so when they started, drawing, and then the odd defeat that's turned up, you think, there's something. It's a lot tougher in this league than they think it is, and it's the fact that you get the ball and three defenders will immediately descend on you like lightning, and that's what I said in the predictions video. I said, look, you're assuming that you're going to come across a set of teams in League One. They're going to let you play football because you've got really good Championship and Premier League players that play well when they're given space. You won't get that in League One. It's dirty. It's down to earth. It's 3 defenders to one person with the ball, and you don't get space to play it. And I've just been watching Birmingham and thinking, you're not doing as well as you really thought you would, and they keep losing. They keep going behind. You've noticed now they keep going behind in the first 5 minutes, and it's like, okay. They come back. Yeah, they come back for a draw. Sometimes they come back to win it. But this team that all their fans were saying, "Oh, no, you've got that wrong, John. No, we're going to be 50 points clear by Easter." And I'm thinking, yeah, right, okay, if you believe that. But yeah, it's. Yeah, don't they just? It's draw after draw after draw. And you're like, I mean, I don't know. What's that many in the last 6? What's it been? Let's see if I can. I'll pull next Saturday's up. So it's Shrewsbury versus Birmingham. So Birmingham draw, win, going backwards. It's draw, win, draw, win. But the win, one of the wins was on 2 of if you take the Mickey Mouse Trophy out and the FA Cup, it's draw, win. So out of the last 4 games they've drawn 2, and you're just like, this is ridiculous. I mean, I think they'll win against Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury's lost. I don't. Shrewsbury are are not playing good football at the minute. In fact, I think there's only one team that's really not playing well at the minute, and it's Shrewsbury. It really is. I just because I look at the bottom, Shrewsbury are playing garbage. Cambridge have started to play well, and just as Barnsley play them, they start playing well, don't they? It looks like it's a signed deal. It looks like it's a signed deal, just like it's oh God, I had the name on the top. The one, the Derby guy that's going to the other. Oh Jesus, Coventry. Yeah, so Coventry's getting. What's his name? Begins with L. I've forgotten his flaming name. And Gareth Ainsworth's going to Shrewsbury Town. But Gareth Ainsworth he's old hat, isn't he? I mean, like, I'm not quite sure he is. Oh, I don't know. Sometimes he does really well. Sometimes he does absolutely standard. And I suppose standard is better than rubbish. 1-2, drawn 2, lost 11. I'm sure Gareth Ainsworth can turn that, improve that a little bit. But you see, the thing is, you've got Burton in front of them who have been improving. You've got Cambridge in front of them who definitely have been improving. They were bottom, and all of a sudden they've got 3 wins. They had none. Then you've got Crawley who certainly have been improving, and if they can get more shots on goal, they score a big percentage of them if they can get them on goal, so they can get out of it. And then you're looking at 20th with Leyton Orient and Wigan and Blackpool and Rotherham, and all those can get pulled in really, really easy. So in my eyes, Shrewsbury look like they're doomed, because there's far too many teams above them who are either improving or have the capabilities of staying out of it, like Blackpool, like Rotherham. They do have and Wigan. They have the abilities to stay out of that. But that means that there's three sides there that could go down, that could be quite out of the ordinary. It could be like Rotherham, Blackpool, and Wigan, and you wouldn't have thought that at the beginning of the season. Shrewsbury, Rotherham, Blackpool, Wigan to get relegated. Imagine the odds of that at the beginning of the season. You'd have been rich. But the gap is it's 4 points between Crawley and Rotherham. In fact, 4 points between Crawley and Northampton, one place above Rotherham. So it's really weird. Yeah, because you can see, can't you? if you actually look, although Burton, Cambridge, and Crawley are actually improving, if you look at the standard of the teams, Shrewsbury Town at the bottom, which are pretty awful, unfortunately. Burton, Cambridge, and Crawley, who are sort of like the same sort of standards, i.e. quite poor. I think the other teams down there, like Blackpool and Wigan, have. Yeah, and then you sort of, I think there's a jump then, isn't there, between 21st and Crawley and 20th and Leyton Orient, because Leyton Orient do actually have quite a bit of quality in there. And then Wigan and Blackpool and Rotherham are just, they're steps ahead of that bottom 5. So I think there's a bottom 5, but then I look at Leyton Orient and I think they've not been playing too badly, have they? They're away at Stevenage, so let's have a look before we come back, because it's starting to. They've just had 2 wins: a Blackpool win and a Milton Keynes Dons 3-1 in the Mickey Mouse Trophy. So League 1, 2, 3, 4. So they've drawn 2 and they've lost 2 and won 2 in their last 4 games. Leyton Orient. So. A side that does that is not getting doesn't look like getting relegated, and they can score. So I probably agree with you. even though there's those improving down at the bottom, I don't think I wouldn't be surprised if it was the bottom 4 that go down. So we're waiting for the Barnsley lot to come out. They've not come out yet. We'll just see if anybody else has started, because we're on 4 o'clock. Anybody started at all? Oh, Crew. Hang on there. We've got this one. So we'll just update the League 2. League 2 has actually changed. So Aki's 2, Swindon 1. So they did get that second goal. Barrow 1, Wimbledon 1. So Barrow equalised. Bromley 0, Carlisle 0, Colchester. I might as well put that in there. Bromley 0, Carlisle 0. Colchester 0, Bradford 1. He says typing away. Crew 1, Notts County 0. Then you've got Doncaster 0, Salford 0. Harrogate. Where's my cursor gone? There we are. Harrogate 0, Chesterfield 0. The MK Dons, actually MK Dons have got one back. It's Milton Keynes 1, Cheltenham 2. And the last 2 games, Morecambe 0, Port Vale 0, and Newport 0, Grimsby 0. So Grimsby haven't scored yet. That's interesting. I'll put those in there. And we'll see who's going to kick off. The League 2 is now kicking off. Morecambe's kicked off. Doncaster's kicked off. Colchester's kicked off. Bromley's kicked off. We're all kicking off now. Barrow's kicked off. Stockport's kicked off. Barnsley's kicked off. Here we go. Cambridge are on the attack, kicking into the box, trying to get an early lead, but Roberts is up to that one, and it's kicked out for a corner to Cambridge, and it's wellied into the Barnsley half, and Roberts just panics and kicks it out, and yeah, they've just Leighton Orient have just been good enough to show that they can beat certainly that bottom 6. They've got a good chance of getting points against that bottom 6. I don't think they'll win against the top 6, but they've got a good enough side to get the points when they need it. You say Northampton, they've been playing well, but they're a side that go up. They do really well for a while, and then they sort of fizzle out and disappear out up their own arse. And yeah, I used to work there, and Barnsley have a throw in on their right, right by the box. I got it right last time. Let's go long this time. I'm going to go long. Now Barnsley throw in on the right, near the edge of the corner, near the edge of the box. Oh, it goes short. Lost it. De Givney. Back to Roberts. Crosses the ball to the left side, but Crawley, a Cambridge player, kicks it forward. Tries a through pass, but Earl manages to intercept it. Gives it to Gent, who quickly gets it via somewhere else to a Nukali. Nukali now tries running into the sort of centre, passes it back to the left of Russell, back to De Givney on the right hand side. And knowing De Givney is going to run all the way. No, he hasn't. He's given it to Roberts in the middle. And Roberts gets taken out by a Cambridge player who immediately gets a yellow card. So is frustration setting in with Cambridge? Are they looking frustrated? Yeah, I can't see Blackpool going. I could never see Blackpool or Wigan going down. The way Rotherham are playing, I wouldn't put it past them. They're not improving. Rotherham won their first away game in 2 years at Cambridge, and we were absolutely dire. It was just the fact that Cambridge were even more dire than what we were. Oh, Barnsley, kick it in. It's back to Cousins. So Cambridge, just at the minute, it's a little bit, they're just testing each other out at the minute, and it's a corner to Barnsley. So Barnsley, Cousins managed to nick it out, and we'll wait and see what the corner. Oh, it comes across. Yeah, it's kicked in. Roberts. Oh, it's taken off him by Morrison right in the box, and Morrison taps it to the side, trying to get it to someone else, but Nwakali manages to pick it up, crosses it into. Oh, Keith loses it in the box, and it gets tapped to Morrison. Smith, they're frantically trying to pass it around They're doing this, passing it around in front of goal. I just can't. Why would a club pass it around in front of goal when you've got all the Barnsley attackers down on you? Manages to get it out and push it through the Barnsley back line, but it's offside. And that's 2 or 3 times now I've seen Cambridge. They're passing it, and it's like, no, are you mad? You've got Barnsley players around you. You don't want to be passing it in front of goal like that. Schoolboy error. Oh, Andrews nicks it from Barnsley. It was a good run down the right-hand side by none other than De Givney. It gets it to Cousins. Cousins is entering the halfway. Oh, Barnsley takes Cousins out. Whack. Yellow card. I don't think this referee's taking many prisoners in the second half, I'm afraid. Before that one, the second half, he seems to have come out and started to give out yellow cards, which is really weird. Because he didn't Cambridge have a good cross there, but Earl taps it to Russell and gives it to Gent. Surely Gent, Keeler done. Back to Gent, does a couple of 1-2s, Keeler, Dunn and Gent. Back to Earl, and Barnsley just sort of, you lose it down the middle. Quick prod, trying to probe it down the middle, but Cambridge United intercept that. You're not getting that through there. And Andrew Brophy for Cambridge. Smith, Okadina now. Trying to push down the right-hand side for Cambridge. Oh, crosses it in, but it's out, and it's to Barnsley goal kick. I'm going to go to another game, because you know what happens, Jake, when I go to another game, you score. So I'm going to go out. I'm going to go out, and I'm going to come back when Barnsley have scored. So it's still Blackpool 0, Northampton 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Crawley Town 0, and Stockport 1, Wrexham 0. It's 52 minutes in, nearly 53 in this game. It's now Stockport 1, Wrexham 0, as Barry has another shot, and it's on target, and it's saved on the line by Wrexham. And Wrexham are trying busily to try and clear it, but Burton just clears it as far as Southam, and gives it to Bate. Crosses it in, and they kick it back out again, and Stockport are really pressing hard now, and they have a throw in, and it's in a dangerous position just on the edge of the of the box here. They could do it long, but they tend not to. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does with this ball. Is it going to go long? Is it going to short? Have a guess. We'll give you the answer in a minute. Stockport line. Oh, it's short, and it goes back to Connolly. Crosses it in, but Scar manages to grab that one, and he kicks it out, but only as far as Louis Barry, and suddenly takes it off him, but kicks it out, and it's going to be another throw-in for Stockport on the opposite side now, on their left. So Stockport have just had a really good chance there, and now they're going to try and enter it from the left-hand side. Stockport, it's all Stockport at this very moment in time, and Wrexham are under the cosh as Ollie Norwood gets it, crosses it to Connolly on the right-hand side, gone from the left to the right. Connolly does a couple of 1-2s, tries threading it through, but that five-man brick wall of Wrexham just kick it out for another Stockport throw-in, but this time it's on halfway line. And Stockport are now starting to turn the screw. They've got 68% possession. Get this, 13 shots to Stockport, 5 on target, 1 goal. You'd expect more than that of a sort of middle table team. Certainly of a top end team, you'd be expecting sort of 2 goals from that. You'd be hoping that you got more on target as well. Wrexham 4 on target, 4 shots, none on target. Usually it's like 4 shots, 3 on target, 2 goals. They do so damn well with what they do get on target. Stockport try and thread it into the box, and Wrexham just clear it straight out, and Stockport again have a throw in straight back on the right hand side, right back where we were 5 minutes ago. Quite dangerous. They did a short one last time. Let's see if they do a nice long one. He's the sort of manager to do alternate and try and just trick them into not knowing whether it's going to go short or long. It went short, but it went the other direction. It's the same player that loses it for Stockport every time. McLean grabs it, and it's the one with the double-barrelled name. And Lee for Wrexham kicks it forward, but Stockport, they have one kick of it, and it goes to Bodvarsson for Wrexham. Gives it to Cannon. Cannon runs in, passes it back to Dobson, tries a cross, but it's intercepted by Rydell. Rydell now kicks it forward, but only as far as Scar in his own half. And Scar now can build for Wrexham. It's Stockport 1, Wrexham 0. And Scar tries through ball, but Palmer nearly got it. But Stockport, they're too quick, and it's Southam Hales that keeps losing it. And Southam Hales kicks it forward, and guess what? It's lost, and it's gone to Cleworth for Wrexham. I'd certainly be thinking of taking Hales off, because his Southam Hales is just not cutting it for me. It's the only player in this team of blue that's just not quite up to scratch. We are talking Wrexham, remember. Out for a Stockport throw on the right hand side. We probably could reach the edge of the box from here, but he's not done a long one yet, so I doubt that he's going to do one from here. We'll see where he does, because then we're going to go back out and we're going to have a look through some of the League 2 games. And it goes in, and Horsfall has a shot, but it's way off target. And we're starting to see Stockport now starting to pile on even more pressure. And Wrexham welly it forward, but it's straight into the hands of a Stockport defender. And Hinchcliffe has it, gives it to Connolly, back to Hinchcliffe, back to Connolly, and it's looking like Wrexham are just trying to stop this onslaught and start to do a few jabs in and long balls to try and get back into the game, but not so far. And we'll just go through one or two. We'll finish League One. League One: Blackpool 0, Northampton 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Crawley Town nil, but at the minute it's pretty even. I'd say Bristol Rovers are probably just slightly edging it. Blackpool game, Blackpool are sort of edging it just, but not a great deal. Like we said, Barnsley away at Cambridge, and Barnsley at the minute are quite well set up, and they've been pressing for a while now to try and get that winning goal. We have, if I follow it on my ticker, Barrow 1, Wimbledon 1. We have Accrington 2, Swindon 1. Bromley 1, Carlisle. Bromley 1, Bromley's scored. So it's now Bromley 1, Carlisle 0. So Bromley have gone ahead there. It's Colchester 0, Bradford 1. So Bradford did indeed carry on their good fortune. Crewe 1, Notts County 0. Doncaster. It's now Doncaster 0, Salford 1. I do know that was 0-0 at half time. I remember that one. We've got Harrogate 1, Chesterfield 0. So Chesterfield have got Doncaster and Chesterfield have gone 1-0 down. Milton Keynes 1, Cheltenham 2. So Milton Keynes did manage to get a goal back. They've had one disallowed, but they have got one back. The Morecambe 0, Port Vale 0, and the Newport 0, Grimsby 0 have not changed. Let's go have a quick look at Bradford. Colchester actually are the ones to be offside at the minute, and Bradford are doing. They've been a little bit up and down. They started really well. They're 6th at the minute with 25 points, but they had a really good start, and then they sort of died off a little bit, and everybody were expecting them to do extremely well this season, and they just seem to have faltered a little bit, but they're 1-0 up against a Colchester side that at the minute lies well down near the bottom, 2 points off the off bottom actually. So they should be beating Colchester. One would have thought they'd have had a couple of goals by now, to be quite honest, as Bradford cross it in, but it doesn't go very far, and Egbo manages to clear that one. So Colchester don't actually seem to be too out of the game. Yeah, it's insane, isn't it, Jake? It really is. I mean, let's go to Blackpool. Let's just have a look at these 2 0-0 games, and we'll look at the stats first. It's 45% to Blackpool, 55% to Northampton. 8 shots, 3 on target to Blackpool, 7 shots, 2 on target to Northampton. So the fans have had 5 shots on target so far in 55 minutes. So they're having to wait 10 minutes to see a shot on goal. I'd be a bit bored to tears, I think. I don't know, fancy paying to see a game, and then you're waiting 10 minutes to see a shot on target. I was Blackpool are better than that. Did the manager really make that much difference that this team just, when he's gone, it's like they can't even shoot it on target. It's weird. A fire grabs it for Blackpool. Let's see who goes. Finnegan, Blackpool. And he loses it to Hondermark for Northampton. So Northampton, let's see how many passes they get. He goes a quick pass to Pinnock, who shoots, but it's off target. And comes off a defender, comes out to a Northampton player, back to Fox and back to Pinnock. We've got 2 passes so far. 3 passes. Fox crosses it in. Odimeo loses it, but then grabs it back on the edge of the box. And Northampton, 56 minutes, and they have a corner. And let's have a look at Northampton. Northampton now in a corner on their right. So let's see if Northampton can go ahead at Blackpool. Drum roll, please. Oh, offside again? Oh, come on. It's like bloody offside calls in the Barnsley game is ridiculous. It seems to be like the play. Oh, comes into Evans. Oh, Hoskins doesn't quite control it, and he loses it back to Evans again. And now that was a poor cross, but then Hoskins should do better than that, and he froze in midfield in the centre of the box, and he just got it took off him. One time shot, you can't stop it, stun it, pass it, and then tap it in. You've got to be ruthless and just lands at your feet, kick it in, and he didn't do it. So that's looking like very much like it's going to be a 0-0 game. Bristol Rovers Crawley. Now, what did I say for I said Bristol Rovers 1, Crawley 2. So let's have a look. It's Bristol Rovers have 39% possession. Crawley have 61. 10 shots to Bristol Rovers, 3 on target, no goals. 5 shots to Crawley, none on target. At the minute, it's certainly not going to be Crawley 10. They can't even get one on target. So Bristol Rovers look like the ones that, if anybody nicks it here, it's going to be Bristol Rovers. Substitution for Bristol Rovers. Let's see what they can do with this. So Bristol Rovers are currently in 18th. So it puts Rotherham. Rotherham have gone down. Rotherham have gone down because Northampton are currently above them. They've gone down to 17th. So the only 2 teams who have got moved at the minute, 3 teams to have moved down at the minute. Lincoln, who've gone down below Barnsley. Stevenage have gone down a place below Bristol Rovers. And Rotherham have gone down below Northampton. So they're the teams that have moved at the minute. And that is far too boring. So we've got 2 very boring games in League One. We've got Blackpool Northampton. We've got Bristol Rovers Crawley. The Stockport Wrexham game, that is not going to stay 1-0. It really doesn't look like it. Substitution now for Cambridge United. So I'm puzzled now, Jake, because the betting app says that Nwakali was substituted in minute 7. It can't have been. Nwakali wasn't substituted in minute 7. He can't have. That's impossible, isn't it? I don't get that. They shouldn't be getting things like that wrong. Either that or I've been seeing the wrong bloody player, but Nwakali in minute 7. Barnsley lineups. Lineups for Barnsley. Woo. Go down to substitutions. How come I was getting that it was Nwakali playing when it wasn't? Because he was substituted in minute 7/8 for Waters. I'm puzzled. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. I was just going to see who's being substituted. Njoku has come off for Cambridge and Loft has come on. And I'm just wonder, help, Jake, what happened there? Because I've been saying Nukali has the ball. He's been doing really well across the field, and it can't have been because he came off in minute 7. So who the hell was I looking at? Weird. Right, we go back into the game anyway. That got me. Now I was looking at who's been substituted. I'm thinking, no, I've been saying Nukali, and it's not being him because he's off the pitch. Oh, Stevens clears it. It went straight in from the right hand side from Barnsley. A really good cross, but Stevens manages to get that one out, and it's Barnsley pushing now. It's it's going to be with the goalkeeper at the minute for Cambridge. So it's walk it. Where's he going to kick it? It's straight into the other half, but Killip with one touch gets it back to Killip, but he's not going to be able to. He's going to have to play it. De Givney. De Givney. Dear. Oh, hang on a minute. Quali came on. Oh, he's what? I'm looking at the other way. I'm looking at the other direction, and Wakali came on. Waters came off. That's why I've been saying. Have I missed it? I'm going mad because yeah. Jesus. That's what happens when you get old. You see, this is what happens when you get old. Football moves far too fast for us old fogies. As Barnsley try a shot, but it's way off target, and Cambridge can try and they're going to take a goal kick now. Short to Stevens, who kicks it out. Phillips and back to forward to Keeler, sideways to Keeler, who runs over the halfway line. Still going, but one of the Cambridge United players insists he's not going any further and gets a yellow card. So it's going to be a free kick to Barnsley in the Cambridge half because he just crossed the line when he got legged over. We'll wait the free kick for Barnsley. We seem to get more yellow. Oh, Keeler done. Phillips runs into the right hand side of the box. No, he can't get it. He can't get a shot off. And we've got. Bennett. What's happened here? Back to. Jesus. It's gone. We've got ping pong ball. 3 passes all the way from one side in Cambridge all the way to the Barnsley, probably about 3 times. It's ended up with Cambridge right on the corner, right hand corner for Cambridge, and they're right in they're attacking now, right in the side. But Earl manages to kick that one out as far as he can, and it's gone out for a Cambridge throw, sort of halfway in their own half, in Barnsley's half. Cambridge, come on, take the throw in. I have to wonder whether these sides are at the bottom, 1-1, whether they're thinking, 1-1's good for us, we'll stick and we'll waste time as much as we can. He goes back to Barnsley. Cambridge intercept it, kick it back in, but Earl grabs it for Barnsley, loses it to Bennett, who loses it to Wakali, and Wakali passes it to Ghent. Let's see what Ghent can do. He loses it. He actually tries threading it through, but Enken. the African from Cambridge kicks it out for a Barnsley throw-in in the Barnsley half. And so far, so Cambridge just brought on a yellow card for Liam Bennett just after Ryan Loft came on. We've actually gone 20 minutes without a yellow card as Cambridge lob it into the Cambridge box, but that's easy catch for Killip. Killip's easily getting out that one. Walks out with it, gives it to De Givney, and we'll go down the right hand side. And the other side to Earl Humphreys, and Humphreys now is not sitting in the Barnsley half. He's been sitting in the Barnsley half for a while. Humphreys, Earl Roberts. Oh, go down the middle. Oh, yellow card for Cambridge, and that could have been. Oh, that was. I think that was. We were thinking whether that was going to be a red card. That I don't know. You can't see how close it looked. Oh dear. My text commentary was going mad because it's like, oh shit, shit, that was close. And it went totally insane. It's like I couldn't quite guess how close. I couldn't quite get how close it was because it was just like, oh shit. I was like, as De Givney now, he's really trying his best. He's done a 1-2 with Earl. He's gone right into the box. Phillips crosses it, and again a good cross, but it's kicked straight out and tries to pass it up the right hand side for Cambridge, but Earl grabs it on Barnsley's left. And Nukali kicks it down the middle, and Morrison then kicks it out. And it's Morrison's lost it. Keeler Dunn has a shot, and Smith. It bounces out, but it bounces out it's right on target. It's saved on the line, and Smith just gives it a swift kick, and it's a corner to Barnsley, and Barnsley now have a corner, and that was a bloody near. That was even closer, that one, Jake. And Keeler Dunn should have done better from right in front of the goal, but no, down the throat to the keeper. He's come back out again. He's gone long and wide. O'Keefe tries kicking it in, puts in. Keeler Dunn loses it in the middle of the box, comes back out. Nukali runs. Gets into the box, right left to Phillips. Phillips now trying to get into the box, but he just can't get there at the minute. And pass it back to mid, back into Russell. Earl by the right hand side to Robert. It's getting everywhere except for the bloody box. It's crossed in, but Morrison kicks it out. It's crossed back in. Phillips has a shot, but it's off target. Barnsley are ramping up the pressure here, and Cambridge have got another substitute coming in. They're feeling the pressure. How many minutes? 77 minutes. 13 minutes to go. This is not going to finish 1-1. This is absolutely not going to finish 1-1. Not in a million years. An attempt. Adam Phillips there has a shot from a right-footed shot, but and he's really close. It's really, really close to the ball. He should have got it on target, but it was just far too wide. And it should have done. It was in the box. It was well just on the outside of the box, but he should have got that one on target, and so bad that. Oh, Accrington. It's now Accrington 2, because we're getting loads of goals down in League 2. Accrington 2, Swindon 2. It's now Barrow 1. It's now Barrow 1, Wimbledon 3. So like Wimbledon are suddenly turning on the style. Bromley 1, Carlisle 0 is still there. Bradford is still winning away at Colchester 1-0. It's now Crewe 2, Notts County 0. So their rise up the league is not going to be as easy as that. It's now Doncaster have equalised. So Doncaster 1, Salford 1. It's Harrogate 1, Chesterfield 1. So both the our local sides have scored. Milton Keynes have managed to equalise. It is Milton Keynes 2, Cheltenham 2. It's Morecambe 0, Port Vale 0, and Grimsby and Newport are also 0-0. I'll put that in there. So we're getting loads of goals in League 2. We've still only got 3 goals in 4 games. This is ridiculous, isn't it? Oh dear Lord. Well, 5, because it was 0-0. Yeah. Of the 4 games that are playing now, it's still 3 goals. It's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? 80 minutes at Stockport, and I really thought that this was going to be. I really thought that Stockport might be able to turn on the style here, because they usually score 4 or 5, and it's like, where's the shots? Let's have a look at the stat. 18 shots to Stockport, 6 on target, 1 goal. You'd be devastated as a manager of that, wouldn't you? Wrexham now, what a 1-0 up, and I think my brother-in-law has just arrived, so I'll just let him in. My channel finishing in about 15 minutes. Yes, my running partner has arrived for tomorrow. It's Stockport at the minute, who are well ahead in this game. I mean, you're the 8 shots, 1 on target to Wrexham. Wrexham are really not doing very well today. If anybody's going to score in this game, it's going to be another Stockport goal. Stockport are just having another substitution. They've actually took Barry off on 73 minutes, which and put Olaf on. So that's bad, because that means he's probably injured. Let's have a look at that on the. If I come on this one, I'll see why. Let's see why. The Stockport Louis. Let's see why Barry's being taken off. If we go for the full commentary, Palmer, Stockport. No, it's just a straight swap. He's not been injured, so I think if it had been injured, then I would have been thinking that's Stockport's next couple of games scuppered. But no, he's just been straight swapped. Probably because they should have scored more from that onslaught of shots at target. But Wrexham kick it long into the box for Stockport, and he kicks it out short. But Ollie Rathbone grabs it, and Barnett, but he doesn't run into the box. He runs out of the box to Dobson. And Wrexham are now starting to just try and get close. They're trying to get into that final third, but they just can't get in it at the minute. They try the left-hand side, but then Stockport kick it out. 83 minutes, just 7 minutes left there, and it's not. Stockport are starting to be pushed back now into defence, and Wrexham are starting to just come back into it. I bet you the stats for percentages, the stats are starting to turn back again now. It's 57% to Stockport, 43 to Wrexham, and Wrexham are starting to just get back into this. And I would still expect Stockport to have enough time and goal to be able to hang on here, but at the minute, as Wrexham cross the ball from the throw-in, gets kicked out to the opposite side, to right-hand side, and Cleworth now for Wrexham, and they're doing getting a few chances here. They've been crossing the ball from both right and left as Betty grabs it for Stockport, wellies it into the Wrexham half, and it goes out for a throw-in to Wrexham on their left. And they're now going to make another substitution, and they're really trying to turn up the pressure. It's 84.5 minutes now at Stockport, and at the minute it's turned, and it's looking like Stockport are going to hang on, but it's going to be by the skin of their teeth at the minute, as Cleworth gives it to Rathbone to Barnett, back to Rathbone. Back to James, and it's he tries to kick across the. See, Olaf loses it there to O'Connor right in the wrong point, then tries getting his foot in, and it goes out for a Wrexham throw, and they take it really quick because obviously they're behind. He takes it short, and he gives it straight to Stockport, to Fervier, and he tries doing a through ball down the middle, but Connor grabs it, gives it to Cleworth. They're going to try down. No, not going to try down the right. They're going to down the middle. And O'Connell. Oh, this always gets me. It's O'Connell and O'Connor, isn't it? In the Rex. Why does a team have to have O'Connor and O'Connell in the bloody team? Try to know who's got the ball. O'Connell. No, O'Connor. No, oh, forget it. It's gone. And Wrexham have got to throw in. Right on the right, short to Cleworth, and I thought they were going to short and kick it in then, but they didn't. And Cleworth now on the right hand side kicks it in, but Horsfall manages to get to that first, and it's a corner, 10th corner of the game, and it's gone to Wrexham. And we'll watch this. Then we'll go back to the Barnsley game for our friend Jake, and he's not told me that they've scored yet, so every time I come away from the Barnsley game, Barnsley score. So I'm sort of staying away for Jake's sake. Connell, he's left. Oh, jeez, he gave it to Farley in the box, and Stockport made an absolute hash of it in defence, and Wrexham missed from about 2 yards out, and it gets cleared, and it comes back out, and Mullins shoots, and that's off target. And I tell you what, that was a hash and a half from Stockport in defence, in front of goal, 2 yards out, and he just loses it straight to a midfielder from Wrexham, and they were lucky to survive that one, and it stays Stockport 1, Wrexham 0. 87 minutes. Can they hang on 3 minutes plus stoppage? We're going into the final field. We've still only got 3 goals in 4 games in League One, and it's absolutely dire. 2 of the games are absolute trash. Blackpool Northampton couldn't be more boring. Bristol Rovers Crawley is a slightly less boring. I think for a neutral, those 2 games are absolutely awful. Stockport Wrexham has been absolutely amazing. How the hell Stockport are only 1-0 up? God only knows. They should be at least 4-0 up. What did I predict? I predicted Stockport 4, Wrexham 1. At the minute, it should be 4-0 to Stockport, but they just can't get it in the bloody net, and now they're being pegged back. Cambridge versus Barnsley, and Barnsley have been battering this bloody goal for the last 45 minutes, and they just can't see it. Every time they've got it in the net, it's been offside. Brophy for Cambridge, and I swear they're trying to slow this game down, as McCarley intercepts it again for Barnsley. And, you've got Genton and McCarley here that are probably the two. I've got two men of the match for Barnsley, and it's those two. Gent seems to just intercept everything that comes into the box anywhere near it, and he just sort of, God knows how, but he's managing to intercept 90% of the ones he goes for. And McCarley seems to be able to do similar, but he's covering right across the middle of the midfield. Lavery now for Cambridge loses it to Givney right on the edge of the box. Short to Phillips, loses it to Brophy though, and he didn't manage to lay that one off quick enough, and it gets on 8. It gets wellied out. And see what Cambridge have just done. They've just put on Lavery and took off Lundulu. That's good. I kept missing how to pronounce that one. I mean, Russell for Barnsley. Come on, down the right and mid right hand side, and Russell now. Slow go into the corner, but Brophy nicks it and kicks it out. It's a throw-in right next to the flag, and I mean right next to the flag. And Cambridge do another substitution. They must have done all their substitutions now. In the last few minutes, they seem to have decided that they're going to try and hang on, I think, because they don't look like they're getting into the box, into the final half at the minute. So we'll wait for the substitution. We're on 89 minutes 47 seconds, so we should get the extra time up any minute now. There's been a lot of slowing down of the game in the second half by Cambridge. I mean, I should imagine it's going to be sort of 3 or 4 minutes minimum. It's 2 minutes extra time, and that's all they've got. So let's see what Barnsley can do. Oh, shoots, but it's way wide and high, and it's probably getting the seagulls in Scarborough before it gets to the goal. Barnsley have another wasted chance, and Cambridge are ready to take the goal kick. Kicks it out. Oh, they get a free kick now right in the centre circle for Cambridge. Don't tell me they're going to win it in the last seconds. Can Cambridge win it? No. Oh, ping pong ball. I hate ping pong ball football. Stop it. Control the bloody thing. Cambridge kick it out in the Barnsley half, and it's a Barnsley throw in. But ping pong ball football. Yellow, pink, pink. Yes. To Barnsley now. 91 minutes. We're about to blow for the full time. They're going to have to take this throw in quick. Across to Earl. Last chance now. Phillips short. You're going to do it short at this point in the game. Oh, Okadina intercepts it for Cambridge. Tries a through ball, but Barnsley kick it out, and now Kachunga has it for Cambridge, and he's going to try a through ball, and that one gets cut out by Phillips. And I tell you what, Phillips is doing a damn good job in the middle. He pushes it back out to Lavery. Lavery kicks it back in, and it goes straight across the face of goal and out up to the Barnsley right for a throw in. Short to Phillips. The whistle's going to go any second now as he kicks it, and it is full time. It's Cambridge 1, Barnsley 1, and all of that pressure and all of those shots on target, and Barnsley just couldn't do it. It's still let's go quickly go into the Stockport game. Stockport 1, Wrexham 0. 4 minutes extra time. 1 minute now. It's 1 minute extra, 1 minute more of extra time, 4 minutes of extra time, which is actually not a lot for Wrexham. Wrexham usually manage to rank up about for 14 minutes extra time. It's with Wrexham, so let's see if they got 45 seconds to get into the other end and into the net. So we've got Stockport 1, Wrexham 0. McLean for Wrexham. Well, is it into the Stockport box, right in the middle, but Horsfall will tip that one out, and quickly gets back. It's a bit of ping pong ball at the minute. Wrexham have a throw in, dangerous throw in. It could. We'll be on 50 minutes. I think they're going to have to do it long. They do it long into the box to O'Connor. This is going to be the last chance, I think, of the game. Lee passes it back to McLean. They've been pushed back a little bit, but crossed in, and Wootton managed to kick it out to Pye, who randomly kicks it as hard as he can to Adaramola, who runs into the far left hand side for Stockport. Can he make on it? And Wootton has a shot on target, and Fervier nearly puts it in at the same time, and it's blown just as they nearly go 2-0 up, and it's Stockport 1, Wrexham 0. Have the wheels fallen off Wrexham? Yeah, Jake, you should have won that one, Jake. I'm sorry, but the amount of shots that Barnsley had, and there were certain players there that had 2 or 3 chances. Well, no, 3 or 4 chances in like 2 minutes, and they should have done better, but unfortunately not. And the other 2 games look like finishing 0-0. We'll just go quickly through the scores, and then we'll close it, because we do have to do other things. Blackpool 0, Northampton 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Crawley 0 still playing, Stockport 1, Wrexham 0 just finished, Accrington 2, Swindon 2, Barrow 1, Wimbledon 3, Bromley 1, Carlisle 1, Colchester 0, Bradford 1, red card, Bromley have had a red card, Crewe have had a red card, Crewe 2, Notts County 0. Doncaster came back to draw 1-1 with Salford. Chesterfield came back to equalise, but Harrogate have just gone into the lead. Harrogate 2, Chesterfield 1. MK Dons 3, Cheltenham 2, coming back from behind. Morecambe 0, Port Vale 1, and so a late goal there in extra time. And Newport 0, Grimsby 0. We're going to leave you with that. Barnsley are probably the one team that are going to be the most annoyed. So many shots on goal, so many attempts, and they just couldn't put it in the back of the onion bag. I'm sorry about that, Jake. Perhaps better next time. You did beat us last week, so less said the better. And it's Jon S Sports channel, over and out. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next week.